Did you have to wear sports goggles at all when you were a kid?
No, my eyes were
Yeah, me
fine
neither.
until I was like 25. Yeah. Sorry, mate.
No, I did. I had to wear like prescription goggles the first time I played soccer, and I remember like I was like probably 7, and so most kids don't have glasses or contacts or anything by that age. And I remember like getting my goggles, like my can see goggles, and wearing those to play soccer, and like in my head on the way to the game thinking like, I'm an athlete. I'm an athlete. This is what athletes wear. I'm about to go kick the ball and be a soccer king. And then I get there, and like my parents had pumped me up to make me feel better. Like, yeah, like lots of people who are 7 have to wear thick goggles when they play soccer. And then I get to the soccer field. No one else is wearing goggles. Yeah. I'm so self-conscious and like embarrassed. And I'm just looking for another kid that's wearing glasses or like some sort of vision help, and I'm not finding any.
No one had vision help at all.
No one else there probably was a kid that I just missed over or something, but nobody else had these goggles. And I remember I was so embarrassed. I think it was a couple sessions after this that I intentionally put my goggles in the parking lot. I intentionally put them there and acted like I didn't know where they were so that they would get run over and I wouldn't have to wear them anymore. And that is what happened. Like, I don't remember if they actually got run over or if I just pretended. I don't recall if they really got run over or if I threw them in the parking lot and then pretended I had lost them. But I never got another pair of those. Went straight to like contacts from there on out. And my God, switching to contacts as a 7-year-old from like fucking goober ass goggle guy is such a confidence boost. Because you feel so self-conscious when everybody else like you feel like such an idiot.
We had this guy at my school. He's he was from Missouri, so we moved from Missouri and came to Tasmania, and he wore the soccer goggles, and you know, like the Missouri accent, he'd be like soccer goggles, like you know, like that.
Well, I don't know about that. You know,
really a nation of Urkels.
The way he said it was just so fucking funny. This cunt though, like you telling me that just brought back memories of this guy, and that motherfucker was just bullied relentlessly at my school. So he like rocks up from Missouri, comes to an all boys school. So it's just like all fuckheads
in Tasmania.
And he comes to Tasmania, so we're like mega fuckheads, and we're all Australian, so we just take the piss out of everyone. And his mum's a lesbian back in like this is like in the 90s. So it's like your mum's gay is just like that's just it. Like
dude, every day at school, your mom's gay.
Yeah, and she's like really involved in the school as well. Like she's always like at the school, like doing stuff. So like everyone knows her and like is like paying out on this motherfucker. I was thinking about him now. I'm surprised he didn't. It's he changed his name to like some fucking numbers or some shit, and then just like ended up being a fucking cooker. But
he changed his name to something like unpronounceable.
Yeah. It was like it's like Zion Altari or some shit like that. He changed his name, so I can't quite remember it. But yeah, that
did y'all make fun of his real name? Was it something easy to rhyme into nonsense?
Yeah, but I'm trying to think about what his last name was. His first name was Lee, but it didn't matter. His name could have been fucking anything. It's just like his accent was like so foreign to Tasmania that like you could just basically just say his name in his accent, and he was a complete psycho. Like because he'd been bullied all his life. He had a very short temper, so you just say his name in an American accent and you just fly off the fucking handle. And that was one of the things that we used to say to him. We would always be like, soccer goggles. And he'd just be like, throwing shit everywhere, man. It's like,
fuck, man.
Yeah, did you get bullied at all? And what did they say to you?
To me, people just called me fat. You know, like, and the thing is, like, now I'm a bit older and fatter, that I'm like, I wasn't fat then, but, you know, like, it's just like skinny motherfuckers. But I didn't really get bullied. I wouldn't say that because, like, I've always been like, like sort of bigger than most people, so I didn't really I wouldn't say bullied. I definitely got into a few fights at school, but never like
they should have made me big. I would have been a good big person. I would have defended the small. Instead, I was the small.
I was the small.
Bullshit. I was thinking, you know, you said they can say anything and like just mock and bully him. Mm-hmm. There was a guy. I'd ride my bike home from school in like 7th and 8th grade. This happened for a good 2 years. And I guess he lived in the same direction as me because he'd catch up to me regardless of what it took, right? Like I'm pedaling at a good pace. I'm not running or anything, but I'm moving. And he would just fucking Lance Armstronged it until he caught me. And then he'd be like, my name's Matt Woodworth. I'm Matt Woodworth. And say, I don't pronounce my name funny. I don't even talk weird. Like speaking is something I do fairly well. And this guy acted like I couldn't say my own name very well. And he would just repeat it again and again and again. And I'm like, I don't even get this insult, but
I don't understand.
It's still working. I don't know why it's working.
I'm not insulted, but I'm confused.
He's
Yeah.
that guy wanted to be your friend.
Matthew Woodworth.
Yeah.
He was a German exchange student trying to make pals. He was on the bicycling team, and he saw that you were a fellow cyclist. And,
Matthew, those are some very cool soccer glasses.
your calves, your calves are so well defined.
This guy. He would just catch up to me and say my name funny, and that was his insult. And it happened 200 times. It was just ridiculous.
So he was quick on his bike.
Did he plan it? I don't know.
I did have one because
bullying, or was he just blowing past you?
Oh no! Once he caught me, he had accomplished it. He just match my pace and say my name funny. And I was
like trying to catch it up. Wasn't he just like like
he was a very fit bully. He made fun of me. He had his lower two abs. He made fun of me for not having those. Not Woodworth with his 4 abs. How impressive! Stop it, Eric. Stop it.
By the way,
I had one in high school that was so my last name's McKay, and obviously everyone would just call me McGay, and it's like, oh, that's easy. And so I'm like, well, that's like everyone called everyone gay back then, so it's like, well, whatever. And then I got it on my like levers top, so we have like the jackets so where it's like you have your nickname. So I got McGay on the back of mine. I was like, fuck it, I think that's funny. And everyone was like, oh, that's hilarious. And now I've got people that I know from school that still call me McGay, and I'm like, that's whatever. That's what it is.
Don't they know it's not 2003 in middle school anymore? You can't say stuff like that. That's mean. That's
I know. Yeah, I know. That's sexual harassment.
I fucking
By the way,
hate
I want to real quick explain. You guys know in PKN, my computer became unreliable. It would just not run for more than 3 or 4 minutes at a time. So now I'm on my son's gaming machine, which is why the camera angle is different. I tested it before the show. I don't remember being mustard. I don't know what's happening with my color correction. I didn't do this on purpose.
You're warmer than usual.
You're in Mexico.
That's it. This is what happens when Breaking Bad goes to Mexico.
That's
what
You need to have that like the sound of the rest of the show scoring and shit.
Yeah, for the rest of the show, I'll do my Mexican accent.
No, see, the thing is, you have to do it, better.
Wait, what?
You have to do it better than that.
I have to do it better than that.
That is so far from where I'm trying to get you to go.
I wish I could do Mexico. It's funny. One time I was like, I don't know how to say it, and I'm not sure what to say. And Taylor's like, those are the 2 things you need to do impressions. And somehow I was like, I really got nothing.
Yes.
Well,
dude, if you know how to do it, but you don't know what to say, you just, this
Also
is my
a problem.
Mexican accent.
I got nothing.
sounds like a samurai.
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's funny that a guy from Missouri found his way to Tasmania to be bullied. Was he from like southern Missouri? Did he have a drawl, or did he talk like I did? Like I do. Like
well, he just sort of had like he just had a very nasally, annoying, like middle American accent, like the hi,
fair.
my name's Lee, and it was just like yeah, shut the fuck up, cunt. Like it's just
dude, Lee is a very Missouri name. True, Lee sounds like real southern. If Lee.
Yeah, no,
Lee,
he didn't have
get
the
your
drawl.
ass in here. It's time to be racist.
I went to school with a guy named Jimmy Lee. Jimmy Lee was his name, and he went by both names. Not Jim, not James, not Jimmy, not JL. Jimmy Lee.
Guess that you have to call him Jimmy Lee every time.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a bunch of names like that. Like my grandparents' generation, they have friends like Mary Beth Sue, like where they just like throw 3 names in there.
Triple names.
I don't know if I've ever heard of triple, but Mary Beth I've heard, and Beth Sue I've heard.
Sue. That shouldn't be one. That doesn't roll off the tongue.
It's a terrible one. I don't care.
Tell her name is stupid.
I'm gonna tell her. I'm gonna say, hey, oh, you old biddy, get a load of this. Your name sucks. Betty Smith Crocker, whatever.
Yeah,
man.